Hello, so I am Jerry Farnett, and for this session, my partner and I will be role-playing the session with Sharon Herlihy and Kirsten, picking up from the end of their previous session where she was going to go home and think about role-playing, if that would be helpful for her decision to discuss coming out with her sister. And I will be using a combination of solution-focused therapy and strengths-based approach. Thank you. Hey, Kirsten.
Hey.
Really great to see you again.
You too.
How was your week?
Not too bad. You know, it was an okay week. Okay week.
Good. When we last spoke, we ended with the thought of you going home and thinking about if you wanted to take our next session, this one, to role play some possibilities for the conversation with your sister. And did you get a chance to think about that, and what do you think?
Well, to tell you the truth, what I first thought is maybe I shouldn't talk to her at all. I mean, that was my first thought, was like, I don't know if I really want to go through this again. I mean, I really thought that she would be more accepting than when I told her. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, there's a part of me that doesn't want to, like, re-injure myself. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, there's a part of me that really wants to, like, ask her what's wrong or what happened, or maybe just tell her, hey, the reason I'm talking to you is because I thought you would be able to accept, not maybe like it, but accept it.
Sounds like you feel conflicted.
Oh, very, very much so. I mean, because of course it's easier to think about not talking about it at all and just let it just lay there. Mm-hmm. But what that means for me is every time I see her for one of our family get-togethers or at holidays, I'm going to be a wreck. And I'm not going to be relaxed. And how can you have a good time at those instances when you're with family if you're worried about, oh my God, I'm not worried about her telling somebody else, before I can tell them. I'm just worried about how she's going to act toward me.
So, what would be the stronger feeling? The desire to not tell, or the feeling of, I want to say what I want to say, I want to get it off my chest? Because that seems to be the conflict.
Yeah. Well, I thought about that a lot, and I tried to do the pros and cons of each of those. Mm-hmm. Knowing me, I think I want to know. Okay. I really want to know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still get shaky in my stomach, but I want to know.
Mm-hmm. In our sessions, you've presented really strongly as somebody that wants to be understood by people. You want to be who you are, mm-hmm. which is this amazing person. Mm-hmm. And part of that is I need to express myself. That's certainly been a theme you've brought up and, mm-hmm. and a desire. So I support you in wanting to do that.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So we're go for the role play?
Let's try the role play.
Okay.
So I thought I would start it off like, it seems that the last time we talked, when I told you that I was a lesbian, it seems since that time you've been distant. And I'm trying to understand why. How's that sound?
You're certainly getting your point across.
Okay.
Is it the right tone that you want to start with?
Oh. For instance, what do you mean?
I remember with your neighbor, mm-hmm. that went, you seemed to have a natural way of speaking with her. I know that afterwards you had a few days of what we've come to learn is she was just reacting,
Mm-hmm.
but you weren't apprehensive about speaking with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing some apprehension here, which is understandable
Right.
because it's your sister.
Right.
I'm wondering if the same approach you used with your neighbor might work with your sister for an initial conversation.
So are you saying I should maybe word it differently than I'm wording it now? Or
I'm thinking, what does your heart tell you to do?
well, I don't want to sound angry,
Okay.
but I guess I can't hide that I'm nervous about it, you know. And of course, I want her to say, like, oh, everything's fine. I just had to, you know, work it out myself. And, you know, now I've worked it out. And so it's good, you know.
The opening that you guys just gave in the role play, did you think that sounded angry?
Well, I don't think it sounded angry, but I wonder if it sounded like I was, you know, I said she's being distant. I wonder if I'm assuming maybe it's not distance. Maybe she's just thinking, you know, and maybe it's that she doesn't know what to say to me. So I wouldn't want that word to make her feel like I'm attacking her or something. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
Okay.
You used a really nice phrase when you said, maybe I should just say, I'm nervous about this. And then it opens up the context for different feelings, but that this
Right.
needs to be said.
Right. So maybe I could start with my sister. I could start out by saying, you know, I'm a little nervous about this, and so I hope that you'll kind of understand that my words may not come out the way I really want them to, but and if you don't understand me, you know, or whatever, you can say that back to me, you know, because I am a little bit nervous about this, you know. I mean, the reason I'm nervous is because what if she doesn't want to talk to me at all?
Right. Right. That's the risk. I love that phrasing because it allows both of you permission to comment or stop or to ask for an explanation.
Yeah.
It's an implied freedom, it sounds like to me.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. So you think that would be a good way to at least